Hey there guys, Portal Master 9351 here, and in this video I'm going to be talking to you about the Skylanders Backstories. I believe, I've got Snapshot's bio, food fights, torches, wall-ups, wildfire, choppers, jawbreakers, and crypt kings. So if you don't know who Jawbreaker is, then you need to go watch the video that I posted earlier today. I'm going to be uploading several videos today, so stay tuned for more information after this video. I'm gonna try to do all these videos really quickly because there's a lot of information that I need to cover. So, yeah, here are the bios. So, Snapshot. He's of the water element, and his catchphrase is crock and roll. Snapshot came from a long line of crocodigators that lived in the remote swamplands, where he hunted chompies for sport. After rounding up every evil critter that lived in his homeland, Snapshot ventured out into the world to learn new techniques that he could use to track down more challenging monsters. He journeyed far and wide, perfecting his archery skills with the elves and his hunting skills with the wolves. Soon, he was the most revered monster hunter in Skylands, a reputation that caught the attention of Master Eon. It then wasn't long before Snapshot became the leader of the Trap Masters, a fearless team of Skylanders that mastered the legendary weapons made of pure Traptanium. It was this elite team that tracked down and captured the most notorious villains Skylands has ever known. Now for Food Fight. Food Fight is of the life element, and his catchphrase is, "Eat this!" And so, Food Fight does more than just play with his food, he battles with it. This tough little veggie warrior is a byproduct of a troll food experiment gone wrong. When the Troll Farmers Guild attempted to fertilize their soil with gunpowder, they got more than a super snack. They got an all-out food fight. Rising from the ground, he led the neighborhood garden patrol to victory! Later, he went on to defend his garden home against a rogue army of gnomes as they attempted to wrap the asparagus people in bacon! His courage caught the eye of Master Eon, who decided that it was one veggie lover that he needed on his side, as a valued member of the Skylanders. When it comes to Food Fight, it's all you can eat for evil. So, that is Food Fight, and now for Torch. Torch is of the fire element, and her catchphrase is, "Fire it up!" So, Torch's childhood was spent working with her grandfather as a dragon keeper, where she helped tend to a stable of dragons that protected her village. One year, an evil snow dragon unleashed a terrible blizzard that trapped her entire homeland inside a massive ice glacier. Torch was the only one to escape. Having always been fearless, she set out at once to rescue the villagers and her dragons from their chilly fate. Armed with her fire spout flamethrower, she fought hard through the treacherous conditions, and bravely defeated the snow dragon in an epic battle. After the village was free from its icy doom, Torch returned home to find her grandfather missing. The only token left behind was his lucky flaming horseshoe. Now, as a member of the Skylanders, Torch wields her powerful flamethrower, as well as her lucky horseshoe, in hopes that it will one day lead her to her grandfather, which she had lost. Kind of like Sprockets, if I'm remembering correctly. I think that has something to do with, like, her father went missing, or something like that. Now for Wallop. Wallop is a trap master of the earth element, and his catchphrase is, "Hammer at home!" For generations, Wallop's people used the volcanic lava pits of Mount Scorch to form the most awesome weapons in all of Skylands. And Wallop was the finest apprentice of any of the masters had ever seen. Using hammers in both of his mighty hands, he could tirelessly pound and shape the incredibly hot metal into the sharpest swords or the hardest axes. But on the day he was to demonstrate his skills to the masters of his craft, a fierce fire viper awoke from his deep sleep in the belly of the volcano. The huge snake erupted forth, attacking Wallop's village. But bravely charging the beast with his 2 massive hammers, Wallop was able to bring down the creature and save his village. Now with his Traptanium-infused hammer, he fights with the Skylanders to protect the lands from any evil that rises to attack. So that was Wallop, and now for Wildfire. Wildfire is also a trap master, but he is of the fire element, and his catchphrase is, "Bringing the heat!" I love my facial expression right there. Wildfire was once a young lion of the Fireclaw clan. That sounds like warriors. I haven't actually read over these myself, because it would have taken me too long, but that sounds a lot like warrior books if you've ever read those, the Fireclaw clan. About to enter into the Rite of Infernos, a test of survival in the treacherous fire plains. However, because he was made of gold, he was treated as an outcast and not allowed to participate. But this didn't stop him. That night, Wildfire secretly followed the path of the other lions, carrying only his father's enchanted shield. Soon he found them cornered by a giant flame scorpion. Using the shield, he protected the group from the beast's enormous stinging tail, giving them time to safely escape. And though Wildfire was injured in the fight, his father's shield magically changed him, magnifying the strength that was already in his heart, making him the mightiest of his clan. Now part of the trap team, Wildfire uses his enormous Traptanium bonded shield to defeat any and all who need his protection. So that was Wildfire. And now for Chopper. Chopper is a core element. He's a dinosaur of the tech element, and his catchphrase is Dynamite! Or as they said in, I think, Over the Hedge, Dynamite. Was that Over the Hedge? I think that was Over the Hedge. Dynamite. Okay, so Chopper. Growing up, Chopper was much smaller than the rest of his dinosaur kin. But this didn't bother him, because he had big ideas. Big ideas. Ahead of the annual hunting competition, to honor the village idol, Rorark, I think that's how you say it, Rorktunga, Chopper spent weeks building himself a Super Gyro Dino exosuit. That's a mouthful. Super Gyro Dino exosuit. When the competition began, he took to the air, firing his missiles and chopping everything in his path. While Chopper on the verge of victory, the competition came to a sudden halt when the nearby volcano erupted, flooding the village with lava. Seeing the residents of the village trapped, Chopper quickly flew into action. One at a time, he airlifted everyone to safety, and was even able to save the village idol. For heroically using his head, Chopper was made a Skylander. So, next up is Jawbreaker, the most recent reveal. His catchphrase is down for the count, and he is a tech trap master. So, Jawbreaker hailed from a race of robots that operated and maintained a vast underground complex of enormous machines that powered the legendary Sky Train, which traveled between 1,000 different islands daily. Like many of his fellow robots, Jawbreaker led an ordered existence, full of rules and regulations, which he followed happily. However, one day, a huge army of gear trolls invaded the subterranean complex. Knowing for being major train enthusiasts, they were set on taking over the Sky Train for their own evil use. Jawbreaker quickly jumped into action and used his massive fists to beat the trolls into retreat. His quick action and ability to think for himself made him an individual. For this, he was made part of the trap team, where he now uses his Traptanium-powered fist to deliver mighty blows to evil. Kind of sounds like Divergent in a way. I mean, I've never read the book, but my understanding is that's sort of like how Divergent works. I don't know. So last, but certainly not least, we have Crypt King. There was one other Skylander that I didn't mention. I deleted his backstory off the list because I believe it had already been stated. Oh, yeah, it was Gearshift. Gearshift. I deleted her backstory because I actually talked about her backstory in the update video where I talked about Gearshift being revealed, was where I mentioned her backstory. So anyways, this is the Crypt King. Crypt King is the mummy Skylander. He is the undead trap master. And his catchphrase is, "I've got the edge!" So, his backstory. The perfect blend of sword and sorcery, Crypt King wandered Skylands for years as a disembodied spirit of a knight, until he found his way into the depths of an ancient Archean weapon vault. Upon finding an enormously powerful suit of armor, the spirit decided to make it his own. Unfortunately, this triggered a long-dormant auto-defense system. With alarms blaring, a massively sealed chamber was opened, revealing a huge army of war machines. Crypt King launched himself toward the attack force, swinging his newly found giant sword until every machine was utterly destroyed. Realizing the power he wielded could serve a broader purpose, Crypt King sought out the Skylanders and was made a member of the Trap Team, where he now uses his massive Traptanium blade to cut down evil. So, anyways, this is all for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was very informational to you. This has been Portal Master 9351, and I should have some new pictures of some new Skylanders and new traps in my next video. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time, everybody. Goodbye.